It's been a while since I've done a stash ad video, so let's start off with some doodads. You know I like my detailed doodads. We got some stuff from Mr. Model Automotive Photo Etch line. These are rod ends, and these come from Brazil. And you can see the mrmodel.site, and looks like some Facebook and Insta. And thought these were pretty cool for this is photo etched and rod ends, obviously, because that's what it says. And so you take your aluminum rod and you put these on, and this is how you tie your suspension together if you choose to have a suspension. And those are pretty neat. Instead of using expensive aluminum ones, these are all stuff from Mr. Model is very reasonable. And that's some of the edge. The next stuff is ignition coil automotive metal parts series. And it comes with a little fret of photo etch for the bracketry. And you get 3 coils, and those are super cool. Kit coils are always kind of lumpy and not very round, and sort of just problematic. And I like aluminum ones because I don't care. You could paint these things, do whatever, but nothing looks better than actual metal. Next up, some more automotive metal part series breather caps. And these are actually really cool. They're small. These really dress up your valve covers. And the thing about it is, you can have 3D printed parts and paint them whatever. They're not going to look as good as actual machined aluminum parts. It's just fact. And there was a time you could get these from companies like Detail Master and Model Car Garage, and I believe RB Motion. You might still be able to get them from him, but not very easy. And we got to get these out of Brazil now. And I'll say that the shipping was quite quick, all things considered, in today's international shipping stuff. And just leave it at that. And finally, we got some more automotive metal parts series. These are Quadrajet filter 4-barrel velocity stacks with air cleaners. That's pretty cool right there for some detail up parts. They're metal, and I think I have just the project in mind for these. And I mean, these were dirt cheap. They were like $4. I think like $4.41. And that is a super great deal. $2 a piece. I mean, are you gonna paint them? Paint your air cleaners and put screen on them and all this kind of stuff? Look, that's a machine. That looks great. I thought those were pretty cool. So check out Mr. Model. They've got all kinds of aluminum parts, and I've had no trouble ordering from them. So, see what else I got. So I sort of have this illness. It's called collect too many model-itis. But when they show up, you just kind of have to get them. This first one, I think everybody in the hobby has. The Revell 32 Ford Roadster, newly tooled parts. It is from the land of orange stickers. You know where that is. And the price is right, so I just had to have it. I didn't have this one. I think I have the green version of this that was on a TV show, I think. This one is, I guess, on this TV show. So I think I have a plan for it. It's just going to go on the shelf and see what we think about it. So I go to our local club group build, and lo and behold, they were having a swap meet at the hobby shop, which had some deals. So I really couldn't pass this one up. A monogram, Darrell Waltrip combo, boogity boogity boogity. I kind of like these two cars. These were like the race cars when I was a kid, and I probably flunked the Pepsi challenge. This was a great deal, and I really like the original monogram kits. I like these because the chrome you can strip. It's not made out of plutonium or whatever they plate those things with. And I like the old tires too. This one has a little bit of a rip in the cellophane. That's okay. And I don't know, I might even have one of these somewhere in the stash that I can't find, and it's just easier to add another one. And I had a real good time building the Bobby Allison car. Maybe there's a DW combo in my future with some fresh decals. We shall see. Also at that swap meet was another combo. This one is clearly the Kodak film flavor and has that handsome devil bandit on there. No, that's not him. And this guy is someone else. I do not think that that's the snowman. This one is not for me, believe it or not. I have a brother that is also building models, which is like super cool. And he's gotten accustomed to doing some of this era NASCARs, just like swapping decals and whatnot. And when I showed him some of these things, he said, yeah, get me that one because I see a number 88 Crisco car and a number 33 Skull Bandit out of this. So likely won't be on any films, but good deal on it, and 2 NASCAR kits. Original price $18.99 from Magic Mart. That is approved. Moving right along, another stock car. Sealed. This is the ketchup flavor because of the way that it is. And these are neat because they have all of these accessorize. You get the air guns and the nitrous tank. Yeah, that's probably not what that is. A toolbox, driver, some gas cans, a whiteboard, and a jack. Those are super cool. And these were really cool when they came out, and really got a lot of people into the hobby. And again, this one's not for me. This is for my brother. He said he wants to try these old decals. And I was like, good luck. And finally, this guy took way too much of my money, and I got this Dirt Devil number 40 Pontiac. It kind of sucks because of the way that it is. Not really. This is actually kind of a harder one to find because it has this unique front end that's different than the one I just showed you. Here's a little interesting story. This was the first one that was in this series. And this is not the nose that's in this kit. That is a custom resin nose that was created by my buddy John and Trey Larkin for this box art build. And because they hadn't finished tooling the car. So, yeah, I was actually considering keeping this one, but yeah, I don't think I want to build a Dirt Devil. I think my brother said he wants to do a mellow yellow, which was the cool one of these. So maybe, we'll see. He's getting some kits and that's okay by me. So next up, I actually have one of my holy grails. And when you see it, you're going to be like, huh? I really got to say thank you to the fellow, he knows who he is, that helped me out with this one. The Monogram 69 Street Camaro. Molded in color. Yeah, I know that this kit has all kinds of issues, and you can even get them in all different colors, but there was a very specific reason why I wanted this one. It is molded in orange, and it's part of a much bigger project. And for those that watch the channel, I might have alluded to this. These were my models when I was a kid, and I want to rebuild them all. So when this one comes up, this one doesn't come up very often. And it's unbuilt, and I'm having a trouble like how I want to build this. Do I want it to look like this, or do I want it to look like the one on the shelf? Tough choices are ahead. And speaking of holy grails and my big project, this one basically floored me. This one has been top level holy grail to find. This thing is hard to find, period. I've searched for years. And as you can see, in the way that it sounds, it is still sealed, which is amazing. And when I found it at the show, fellow was like, "Oh, you just want it for that Odyssey." And I was like, "No, I have to have this kit," because I remember getting this. This was like likely a birthday present. And it was like super cool because it had all the parts. And as you can see in the photo, I think my dad painted it orange, probably because we had leftover paint from the General Lee, which was okay. And this one, unfortunately, is no longer, is like long time missing. I remember these accessorize, and I had this for a long time, and then it's come up missing, or I might still have a wheel from it. I don't know. I have lots of model parts, as you can maybe come to the conclusion. But this one, yeah, having another difficult time with it. Do I build it like this, or do I build it painted orange? I think it's probably just gonna have to be orange, and probably a broken trailer hitch, because that was probably happened as soon as my dad helped me finish it. So very cool kit, very happy to have it in the stash. This next one is pretty weird, but when I saw it, I was quite intrigued by it, that it even exists. The State Coach of England. Had a $2 price tag on it. And I'm good friends with the fella that had this on his table, and when he saw me looking at it, he said, "Please take that off of my table. You don't even, which, hey, that's approved." And here's probably why, I guess, looking inside, have the instructions. All right. But as you can see, someone has already started this and gave it a wonderful coat of gold brush paint, and over its even weirder green plastic. So I'd say that the engraving on it is pretty good. Has a head on it. All right. And I went down the rabbit hole to see actually what this is, and it's kind of neat. It has cherubs. I think it's missing one. Hopefully not. And it has this strange piece. I don't know. Maybe that's where the horsies hook up. Oh, and speaking of horsies, we have all kinds of them. We have one that looks like this, and they're multi-piece, and they're all doing different horse things, and we even have jockeys ready to go. And we have the carriage piece. That's pretty neat, and it has some interior, has a little seat, and it what else is in here? It even has the queen, God save her. So I'm trying to figure out what scale this is, and by measuring the queen, I think it's about somewhere between 40th and 35th scale, scale that fits the box. And I don't know, I was just kind of interested by how this looks, and if Tim Custom wants to make some kind of weird car out of this, I don't know. What could happen? Small scale group build. I know about the Druid Princess, and I think I would try to do something even weirder than that. I don't know. So yeah, horses, and a carriage, cherubs, and yeah, it's kind of an interesting kit that you maybe see at the shows, or you just don't really see at the shows. And looking at the box, yeah, that looks pretty aggravating to try to paint. These guys almost look like Ronald McDonald, maybe, who knows? But yeah, that's a pretty neat kit, and that's what I got for right now. So be sure to like, comment, subscribe. You know what to do, because I have all kinds of model car stories to tell. Thanks for watching.